Are you ready to become the positive version of you? Do you want to go through life and no matter what is happening, you stay in your high energy? If so, this is the episode for you because we're going to tap into your positive mindset that you can use every single day to experience and live life as you desire. My name is Henry, and this is the #1 mindset podcast, the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our frequency, and build that positive mindset. I'm so thankful for each and every one of you that are here today because this is going to be an episode that you can apply today. You can use this stuff in your life. This perspective is how you operate with a positive mindset. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It could be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge ourselves up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the energy that we need to level us up, to get us in that positive mindset. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So before we dive into this, I can't thank you enough for all the comments and shares that you have been doing with this podcast recently. My goal is to make this the #1 mindset podcast on the internet, but I can't do it without you. And by leaving comments below, which you can do if you're on Spotify, it might encourage somebody to give it a try if they're checking it out for the first time. It also helps me connect with you, and I love it so much. Like each comment fills me with so much joy. Also, sharing this podcast is the most caring thing you could do. The fact that you would share something that I put out means the world to me, and I'm so thankful for those of you that have done it, and I hope that the positive message has not only helped you, but impacted the friends or family members that you have shared it with. And with that, let's dive into today's message. So, after I just said all that, how thankful I am and how I want to grow this podcast, this message might do the exact opposite of that. This is going to be a very perspective-based message. And so what you take from this podcast, like what you see, whether you feel like I'm talking about money a lot, or you feel like I'm talking about fitness a lot, or I'm talking about expansion, like whatever you take away, instead of looking at the podcast wondering why I'm talking about that, reflect and think, why is that what I'm hearing the most of? You know, these things, these indicators are not indications of the message, it's indications of where we're at in our current perspective. The positive mindset, like having a positive mindset, that is not someone that's happy all the time. That is not someone that's sitting in meditation all the time. That's not someone that's doing any of those things. It's not having, it's a being. Who you are. A positive mindset person is someone whose point of view, like their mindset, how they view the world, which is how they receive it, because your perception is your reception, is high, is in love frequency in all things. So it's not how do I make myself happy? How do I make this money? How do I receive that? That's all manifestation. And of course, there is manifestation in this. But the ultimate thing that you should be taking away is where is your level of perspective? When you listen to a message like this, the things that you should be taken away are not the material. The material grabs attention. We live in a material world, so it's okay to talk about material. It's the message. It's where are the opportunities within you that you can level up. That's how I make every single message. Every single message that I do, it's a reflection of the opportunities within me, where my perspective can increase, where I can see things in a different area. Or when I talk to somebody and we see where they're missing, then that episode is dedicated to them and what they need to hear. You see, your perception is your reception. What you see in the world is what you're receiving. So if you see lack, if you see strain, if you see anxiety, if you see pain, that's what you're going to receive, if that's what your lens is on. Whatever you focus on expands. That's why a positive mindset is so freeing. Your positive mindset is the one that sees love in every situation. It is an infinite supply of silver lining. That doesn't mean you don't go through bad things. It doesn't mean you don't experience hard times. You're going to. This is Earth School. That's where the opportunities are. Suffering is where the gifts are. Because when you suffer and choose to find love, that means that's what you truly are. If you only have love when things are good, when things work out the way that you want, then you are not love. You are just reflecting it. And when it's gone, you don't create it. Your energy is one that observes and creates. That's how you work. That's why what you focus on expands. So you are not love because you're around love. You're love because you create it. So when you go into areas of your life or experiences where love is missing, where it's hard, it's painful, maybe it's mental health you're dealing with, maybe it's a financial situation, maybe it's being around hurtful or harmful people, maybe it's the economy, whatever it is that you're going through that's difficult, it's not to escape that. It's how you navigate that with love and light. How can you still be in that situation and bring love within you? You can use manifestation to get yourself out, but people can manifest wealth and cars and expansion and all those things and be miserable within because they're separate. You have to focus on what it is that you want to receive in the world. If you want love, then you should be looking into the world to find love and bring it within you. You should think and act in alignment with love despite what is going on externally. That's where inner peace comes from. We think so much of ourselves. We think that a life of winning, a life of success, a life of comfort, a life of achievement is the reward. Unfortunately, that's a small way of thinking because you are so much more than anything physical that you could achieve on this planet. You are an energetic being that has power to create love frequency. What more do you want to be? That is such a powerful state of being. That is such a value of you. That's what you are. So if you go into a life where you're suffering, where there's pain, that's a gift because that life is not you. That life is an experience that you're going through to understand love at a deeper connection. That's what it is. It's a gift. It may not feel like it, but it is. It doesn't mean that I want you to suffer. I'm not God. I'm not the universe. I'm a part of it. At this point, I'm sharing my perspective. Hopefully it gives you the silver lining that you can apply to yours. But you are meant to go through difficult things. Why is it that the difficult things in a life make us heal when we go through them with the right mindset? Why is exercise, which is hard, good for you? Why is eating the healthy foods, maybe not taste as good as the junk foods, good for you? Why are reading the texts and watching the YouTube videos that enlighten you good for you, but the entertaining stuff is not? Why is plunging yourself in cold water and ice water actually good for you? Why are the hard things good for you? It's because that's how this universe is based. That's how this experience is. You are the creator of it. And when you go where an energy doesn't exist and you create it, that energy flows within you. That's what a positive mindset person can do. They can find the love in any situation. Question maybe you should ask yourself, where is the love? Or maybe a statement you should say is, I see love in everything. When you start thinking in that alignment, your positive energy rises. There is no better feeling than needing nothing and being able to receive everything. Love is everything. So if you don't need it, You don't need the circumstances to be perfect. You don't need the people to treat you nice. You don't need everybody to do the right thing or take care of you or any of that stuff. It doesn't matter where you are. You could be sitting alone on a pile of rocks and you're still going to have inner peace because your perspective is enlightened to connect with love no matter what. That's what this podcast is meant to do. So if you find yourself getting attached to the certain things, the material, the physical, whatever it is, it's okay. Just reflect. Reflect. Those that don't reflect, project. If you don't reflect and you project, meaning you see it in other things. People don't even see you. People see themselves in you. That's why when you come up with an idea of what you want to do, most people will tell you why it won't work. They're not telling you why it won't work. They're reinforcing their belief as to why it won't work. You have to understand. This is all happening for you. This podcast is happening for you just as it's happening for me. Raise your frequency. Become the positive mindseted individual that sees the silver lining in everything. Because when you see it consistently and you make it a point to find it and you make it a point to act in accordance to it, what are you going to do? You will become the creator of the love that you desire. That's how we get in flow state. When you constantly go with the world, go with the energy, go with where you're meant to be, you provide love. Don't worry about anything else other than that. If you want to manifest a mansion, manifest it. Find love first. If you want to manifest the perfect body, manifest it. Find love first. This is what you have to do. Don't let the material distract you from the overall goal. If we just woke up every single day, not worried about anything else, but connecting with love and serving ourselves and the neighbor, we would live in the most abundant state, the most abundant experience we could possibly imagine. But you see, we don't. We're trying to figure ourselves out. We're trying to survive. We haven't progressed to that next level, but it's there. It starts with me. It starts with you. We need to be the service in all ways. Wealth, health, and happiness, you need to bring love and light in all those things. You see, you think wealth might be material, and in this world it is, but true wealth is abundance of love. You think health might matter, having the perfect body, muscles, tone, all those things, no aches, no pains, but it doesn't. It's about acting in alignment with God, with love energy, meaning eating the foods that are meant to go to the body, that are the gift to the body, doing the exercises that are devotion to the body, doing the stretches that are devotion, dedication to the body. That's where the love energy is. It's not about the physical body looking amazing so you feel good at the beach. That's a side effect. The goal is that you're acting and thinking in alignment. And of course, happiness. Happiness is not driving the nicest car. That can make you happy. Happiness is having inner peace. Happiness is that no matter what happens, you're able to bring in within you the love frequency. Health, wealth, and happiness. They're all about love. That's it. The material is a decision, have it or don't have it. But it should not be the reason that any of those things are considered cups full. They're considered cups full because they're overflowing with love. Build your positive mindset. Unlock your higher self. Bring it within you. Make the positive version of you the reality that you experience and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective or maybe a little bit of motivation on what it is that you need to focus on. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you listen to this episode and you're ready to take that next step, I will be closing my coaching program at the end of this month. I have about 2 to 3 spots left depending on your availability, if we can make it work, and I would love to work with you. This is a 12-week program where we're going to break down your current mindset. We're going to take the future you in all categories, health, wealth, and happiness, bring it within so that you can live the life that you know you're meant to. Each week we'll connect on a one-on-one, build homework in between so that you can level up and operate in high perspective. If you want to work with me or just find out more information, you can message me via Instagram or there's a link down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day and I can't wait to talk to you next time.